the beloved EastEnders character found themselves backed into a corner, forced to deceive the people closest to them. Viewers of the BBC soap now believe they've cracked the code and discovered which character is destined to meet their end, following a shocking Harry Mitchell abduction storyline. Things have gone from bad to worse for Nicola and Teddy Mitchell's son, who's currently being kept captive by his employer, Ravi Gulati, and his associate, Okie. Fans were left speechless when the twist unfolded. Teddy received a call from Harry, only for it to become clear that drug dealers had coerced him into making the desperate phone call. Despite Harry's desperate attempts to reason with them, Okie insisted he wouldn't be freed until he revealed where the secret camera was connected inside Kojo Asare's apartment, the hub of their drug operation. In Tuesday's, October 14th episode, Anna tried to cheer up her sister Gina Knight, while Harry's girlfriend sent a stern voice message demanding to know what was going on. After Harry finally disclosed where the camera's feed was linked, Okie ran into Gina while retrieving the laptop. And when he turned on the charm, she ended up giving him her number. Although Harry had already provided the crucial information, Ravi and Okie still refused to release him, prompting Harry, struggling with old habits, to ask them for drugs. During Wednesday's, October 15th installment, Okie was confronted by rival dealers who warned him to stop pushing on their territory, and he later told Ravi that he needed to handle the situation. Meanwhile, social workers and police turned up to question Avani Nandra Hart after discovering footage of Joel Marshall secretly recording their intimate moments. Heartbroken that the video had circulated online, Ravi shifted his focus to his daughter and decided the pair should take a break abroad, leaving Okie in charge of business. Even though Ravi instructed him to free Harry, Okie told his hostage at the end of the episode that he planned to pursue Gina instead. After this latest twist in the ongoing drama, EastEnders fans flooded Reddit with theories, and many are convinced that Okie's days in Walford are numbered. EastEnders Joel Marshall's lies have finally caught up with him, as he learns that the police possess solid proof of his violent assault on Vicky Fowler. During disturbing scenes last week, Joel viciously attacked his stepmother after she challenged his sexist behavior, leaving her badly hurt and rushed to hospital. At first, Ross refused to believe that his son was behind the brutal act, but he was forced to confront the truth when he stumbled upon the video Joel recorded of the shocking incident. With no other option left, Ross made the painful decision to report his own son and went out in search of him. Meanwhile, Tommy had been sheltering Joel at the Vic, but eventually did the right thing by revealing his whereabouts. Soon after, armed officers stormed the garage where Joel had been hiding and took him into custody, all in front of Ross, Tommy, and the stunned community. In the latest episode, Julie volunteered to act as Joel's appropriate adult at the police station, while Ross visited Vicky in hospital once more, and Sharon made it clear that Joel would never step foot in her home again. At Vicky's bedside, Ross repeatedly apologized as she recounted the terrifying ordeal, but she grew furious when he admitted that he still planned to see Joel eventually. Julie later informed Ross that Joel's DNA samples had been collected and that the teen was asking to see him. Despite Vicky's anger, Ross headed to the station and watched Joel's questioning from outside the room. Elsewhere, Tommy was also questioned by police and broke down in tears, expressing deep remorse for helping Joel escape. It's still uncertain whether Tommy will face charges, but Kat and Alfie comforted him, relieved that he had finally realized the seriousness of what happened. Joel attempted to deceive investigators, insisting that the incident was accidental and that he had only acted in self-defense against Vicky. He frantically tried to justify his actions, but it was pointless, as officers already had overwhelming video evidence. When detectives pressed him further, Joel became fixated on how they got the footage and flew into a rage after realizing his father was the one who handed it over. "We're finished," he screamed at Ross from the interview room. "Do you hear me? We're done. He's dead to me." Now, the question remains, will Joel face prison time for his savage assault? And how will Ross cope with the devastating fallout? EastEnders actor Alex Walkinshaw has opened up about the moment Ross Marshall learns that Vicky Fowler has been injured, describing the ordeal as a nightmare for the couple. Ross and Vicky arrived in Walford earlier this year in March alongside Ross's teenage son Joel, but their new life in East London has been anything but peaceful due to Joel's increasingly toxic views about women. As Joel's attitude continued to spiral, Thursday's October 9th episode took an even darker turn when the teenager violently attacked his stepmother, leaving her injured. Reflecting on the disturbing scenes, Walkinshaw, who portrays Ross, explained, "Ross isn't at home when the attack happens because he's gone out to calm down after a heated confrontation with Joel, during which Joel grabbed him. Vicky told him to leave and clear his head, which he does. But when Ross returns, she's nowhere to be found. Her phone's there, but something feels off. Then he receives a call saying she's been taken to hospital. He's terrified to even consider the idea that Joel could be behind it," Walkinshaw added. "Ross can't bring himself to believe something so horrifying without proof. He just wants to see Vicky and understand what's really happened. But he's utterly devastated and disgusted. The woman he loves is lying in a hospital bed, and the person he loves most in the world might be the reason why. It's every parent's worst nightmare, a situation that will leave lasting scars on all of them." Although Ross is horrified by his son's actions, Walkinshaw admitted that the signs had been there for some time as Joel's extremist mindset worsened, and that Ross had been blind to it. Ross has been incredibly naive, but in recent weeks he's finally starting to see how serious things have become with Joel, he said. He was slow to understand it because he always tried to see the good in his son, believing what Joel told him. But now he's deeply anxious and unsure of what to do next. Like many people his age, Ross doesn't really understand how social media works or how it can affect someone's thinking. He doesn't realize that once you start watching certain streams or videos, the algorithm keeps pushing more of the same. And that can totally reshape your worldview, the actor, who also appeared in Holby City, explained. For Joel, that endless exposure has trapped him in a narrow mindset. He's been completely consumed and manipulated by that content. Ross finally understands it, but by now, it's already too late. While Ross is weighed down by guilt, Walkinshaw said his character will still try to reach out to his son despite everything that's happened, though it might not make a difference. Ross can't bring himself to abandon his child. I think most parents would feel the same, he shared. He's raised Joel alone, being both a dad and a friend, but at times those roles have blurred too much. As a parent, you always remember your child as that innocent little kid. It's incredibly hard to accept that something has gone so deeply wrong. Ross does eventually come to terms with it, but by then, it's too late. And that's what makes it truly tragic.